Hello everyone. In this course, we are going to say about the foundation of data analysis. The main objective of this course is to introduce the basic concept which is most important for data analysis process. I am Dr. Pungode, Assistant Professor of SRM Institute of Science and Technology. The main objective of this course is to introduce the conceptual understanding using simple examples rather than repetitive and point-click mentality. This course should make you too comfortable using data analysis in the career as well as in your life. You will know what are the basics need to understand for data analysis. Here we are going to see about the introduction of data analysis. So in the introduction, we are going to see about the basic definition about data and data analysis. First, we must know about the data and its importance before entering into the data analysis process. Data is a collection of facts, information, and statistics which will be generated from various sources in various formats. It will be in the form of numbers, text, sound, images, or any other formats. So data can be measured, it can be collected from various resources, it is reported and analyzed. So from that measured, collected, reported and analyzed data, we can visualize the data using graphs, images, or any other analysis tools. The important key point in data analysis process is raw data. Raw data is nothing but the unprocessed data. It may be the collection of numbers, characters, anything it may be, but before it is being cleaned, it is called as raw data. And it will be corrected by the researchers. It must be corrected before applying for any data analysis techniques or algorithms so that we can remove outliers and any data entry errors. How the data can be generated. So we are in the world. The data is everywhere. The data is everything in the current world. So how it is being generated? By humans, machines, human-machine combinations also we can generate the data. Why data is important? So as I said, the data is everywhere. The data is everything. We have to handle them properly to perform the data analysis. First thing, the data analysis will help us to make better decisions. So if you want to take a better decision from the past available history of data, we have to perform the data analysis. So if you have a clean data, then we can perform the decisions also in a proper way. And that is the first importance of data. The second thing is the data helps in solving problems by finding the reason for the underperformance. And the data helps one to evaluate the performance. And the data helps one to improve the performance based on the evaluations that we have done. The data helps one to understand the consumers and the market. And the categories of data. So here we have the major categories, structured data and unstructured data. The data we are having in different formats, we are having in different categories, but the main major categories are structured and unstructured. What is structured data? So from the name implies organized data into a specific format is called as structured data. That is the arranged data, meaningful data. So while we are organizing your data into a specific format, it will make it easy to search, analyze, and process. So the structured data is found in a relational databases that include information like numbers, data, and categories. Unstructured data. So in the previous slide, we have seen about the raw data, which is unprocessed data. That is, before cleaning, it is called as raw data. That is called as unstructured data. The unstructured data does not conform to a specific format or structure. It will include some text documents, images, videos, and other data that are not easily organized, or it will not analyze easily without additional processing. But when you are having a structured data, the analysis process, it's a very easy one, and we can give the better solutions from the analysis as outcome. The data having subcategories like categorical, numerical. Categorical is nothing but we can define the category. In the numerical, we cannot define the category. In the categorical, we can define the category. For example, marital status, political party, eye color. And in numerical is based on the numbers. Here also we have the two subcategories, discrete and continuous. In the discrete, we can define the category, like we can count the items, how many number of children, defects per hour. So we can able to count the numbers is called as discrete data. If the values are changing continuously, varies, and it is called as continuous data. For example, weight, voltage. That is measured characteristics are called as continuous data. Countable items are called as discrete data. Defined categories are called as categorical data. So before entering into the data analysis process, we must know the data categories, because according to the data categories only, we can able to do the research or analysis or any further process we can able to apply according to the category of the data. And now we will enter into the data analysis. Data analysis is the process of examining the data from the raw information or the structured data or unstructured data and transforming that data into the needed format and arranging the data in a specific way. Then only we can able to generate the useful information from the raw data. And the data analysis will allow us to do the evaluation for data through the analytical and logical reasoning to lead to short of outcome or conclusion from the analysis. And it is a multifaceted process that involves a number of steps, approaches, and diverse techniques. Why data analysis is important? So now we are entering into the depth concept. We know different types of roles are played in the current trends in data analysis process. Why it is important? So in the previous slide, we have seen about why data is important. Here we are going to see about why data analysis is important. As I said, before cleaning the data, it is called as structured or unprocessed data. Using that unprocessed data, we cannot come to the good outcome, good conclusions. To take a better decision, the data must be structured or cleaned. So that's why we are entering into the data analysis process. The first importance of data analysis is informed decision makings. If you look at the data, it must be help us to take better choices, because we can see what are the things we can able to see in the data and data available, how things have worked in the past. So the data analysis technique, process, methods, I'll explain in the upcoming courses. I'll just introduce what are the things you can able to understand from the data, how things have worked in the past, what's happening right now with the current available data, what might happen in the future. So it gives us the facts to make smart decisions. From the analysis, we can check the good decisions for the improvement. So that is informed decision making. Second importance is business intelligence. So the data analysis plays a major role in business analysis. It analyzing data to help the company stay ahead of others. What customers, so what are the informations the company must know from the data analysis is what customers like. So that is the most important input of the business intelligence, the need of customers, what customers like, and what's the current trend in the market, where they can improve. According to that, they can plan better and they can make smarter moves to increase the good productivity. It's the second importance. Third thing is problem solving. It used in identifying and solving problems within the system or also from the process by revealing the patterns or anomalies. So when you're doing some process in business related process or any data collection, data analysis process, or when you are in some process, productivity, business related, and hardware, softwares, we must know what are the problems were there. So we can able to identify the problems from the patterns which are available in the data analysis. Performance evaluation, if something is not working right now, we can able to understand what's the wrong in the data. So according to that, we can move on to the further process. So it shows us the patterns or issues we might not notice otherwise, it helping us to fix the problems. And finally, the risk management in business or any other industry, we can able to understand the current risk by understanding the patterns in the data, which will help us in predicting and managing the risks, which allow the organization to deal with the challenges. And the next thing is the main important key of data analysis is past. So we have a major difference between the data analysis and data analytics. Data analysis is the past data. Thing is, the data analysis will explain how it's happening, why it's happening. Data analytics will explain what will happen according to the data analysis process. So that is data analytics. The data analytics we will see in a separate course. As of now, we are focusing on the data analysis. And what is the difference between data analyst and data scientist? So we have many roles in the current sense related to data analysis techniques. We must know the roles of each and every process. So what are the process they have to follow by each and every role? So we have to understand that data analysis, data scientist, data analyst. So we have different kinds of roles in this. So we must know what are the process will be considered by each and every role. So for example, here I have given you the picture, business administration. So first thing, let us see about the data analyst. He will concentrate on business administration. The example is marketing analyst, financial analyst. So they will simply analyze the currently available data. And then they can perform the data exploration analysis, that the technical concepts I'll explain in some other course. As of now, I'll explain the basic things. The exploration is nothing but the insights of the data. So these two processes will be handled by data analyst. And the data scientist will take care of three important processes: the data exploration analysis, advanced algorithms and machine learning, data product engineering. And data, we have many advanced algorithms and machine learning techniques for data analysis. Everything is advanced techniques. For advanced technique explanation, I'll separately generate a course. As of now, we are concentrating on the basic data analysis process. Thank you. In the next slide, in the next lecture, we will explain about what types of data analysis are available. So what are the process we have to follow for the data analysis? So those things we will see in the lecture 2. Thank you.